Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn how to use WebDriver Manager. I already have a Maven project which I created in previous session. So we will write the program in this project. So this is our pom.xml and I hope you guys remember about this dependency which we added in previous session and what is the use of this dependency. I added this dependency so that we can use Selenium WebDriver library without downloading it manually. Without this library, we cannot use Selenium WebDriver, so it is very much required. Now I will create a package and then I will create a class. I will create a package in test folder. I will do right click and new. I'll name it as demo package. And I will add a class inside this package. I will name it as demo class. And then I will choose public static void main. So we will need a main method to execute our program. That's why we have to add it. So I will check this box and then I will click on finish. So our first class is created with the main method. So in this class, I will write a program to open google.com. So first let's discuss how to write a program in a traditional way before the WebDriver Manager, how we used to write this program. Basically, there are two steps. The first one is we have to set the system property and then we have to initiate the driver object. So let's set up the system property first. System.set, you can see the set properties and property. I will select set property, single property I'm going to set here. And if you see that it is a key value pair. So against which key we are setting this property. So we have to mention the key name and then we have to assign a value. So in this property, I'm setting a path for the Chrome driver. So that's why I have to mention the name of that property. So the name of that property is webdriver.chrome.driver. Webdriver.chrome.driver. This is my property. Against this property, I would mention the path of my driver, Chrome driver. So for example, this is on this path, drivers dot from driver.exe. This is the path of my exe. Right now, I do not have any Chrome driver on my machine because we use WebDriver Manager. I'm just showing you so that I can make you understand the difference between like why we use WebDriver Manager and before WebDriver Manager, how we were using it and how WebDriver is far better. So this is the system property I have set. I have set the path of my Chrome driver. In the same way, if I have to set the path of my I driver, I would mention I here or Gecko driver and then the respective driver path I need to mention. That's how the system will understand. For this driver, this is the driver path. For this driver, this is the driver path. So driver path is set. Now we have to set the WebDriver object. So I will type WebDriver driver. This is my WebDriver interface. I'm initiating that. I'm sorry. I'm initiating the driver object. New Chrome driver. So we are creating an object against the Chrome driver. That's why I have mentioned here Chrome driver. So it is showing some error in this. Okay, I need to mention double slash here. So it is giving me error on this line. Ideally, it should display me import because I have not imported any package. I should import a WebDriver here. So it is not showing me any import option. So in that case, what I will do, I will write it manually. I will type import org.openqa.selenium and then dot WebDriver. So as soon as I imported this package, this error is gone. Now it is showing me error on this also Chrome driver because I have not imported any Chrome driver libraries here. So now it is showing me import Chrome driver. I'll click on this. I will click on save button. It is still showing me error here. Okay, sorry, because of this one. Yeah, so now all this error has been gone. So now I will, what I have to do, I want to launch google.com. So I will use driver object, driver.get, and inside that I have to mention the URL. So this is my URL which I am going to launch it. I will type driver.manage.window dot maximize to maximize the window after launching the URL to maximize this window. So if I execute this program, it will open a Google window and it will maximize this. Right now, this program will not execute because I do not have any driver on my machine. So the disadvantage with this approach is that every time whenever your browser version is changing, you have to download that driver on your machine. For example, I'm using a Chrome, and then instead of version 11, now it is 11.5. So I have to download that Chrome driver compatible to my browser version. So every time whenever your browser version is changing, you have to use the latest driver version compatible to your browser. So that was the disadvantage using this approach, that every time manually we have to do that. We manually you have to download the compatible version of your driver on your machine. This issue is resolved by WebDriver Manager. So in that case, with the WebDriver, you don't need to download the driver version manually. So what is WebDriver Manager? WebDriver Manager is a class that download the appropriate driver binaries automatically if it is not present on your machine. And if it is present and it finds out the difference between the driver version and your browser version, it will download that latest version automatically on your machine. So now the same program we will write with the help of driver manager. So what I will do in driver manager, we don't need to, because we do not need any physical driver on machine. So we don't need to, uh, sorry, we don't need to download the driver physically on our machine. So we will delete this line, or I will just comment this line. So I will type WebDriver Manager. M should be capital and W also should be capital here. WebDriver Manager dot WebDriver Manager dot. It is not showing me any option after the WebDriver Manager. It means this WebDriver Manager, this is not present in our system. This This dependency is not present in our system. So I will open pom.xml and I will add WebDriver Manager dependency. I will go to Google. I will type WebDriver Manager dependency. I will open this. I will click on the latest version. I'm using Maven, so I will choose the dependency from the Maven section. If you see that this is a WebDriver dependency, right? So I will copy this. I will add in the dependency section. Now again, after WebDriver Manager, I'll type dot, and then you can see it is showing you a lot of options because earlier the dependency were not added. That's why it was not showing us any option. So I have to use Chrome driver. I will select Chrome driver, then dot setup, and that's all. So it will automatically set up the Chrome driver. So the next statement would be same. We have created the object for the WebDriver, and then we are passing the URL and we are maximizing the window. So let's execute this program. How we will run this program? Either you can right click and then click on run as Java application, or from here you can click on run as Java application, or you can click on run. So it has opened google.com. If you see that it has mentioned here Chrome driver was started successfully, and then Chrome driver version also it is showing here which version of Chrome driver it used for the execution. So that's all for this session. I hope you like this video. We'll meet in next video. Thank you.